Let's move on. NFL world. Antonio Brown. He's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. We talked about the Seahawks being a team that was looking to go get him, but I find it funny that Bruce Arians, we're not going to get Antonio Brown. Tom Brady, we're going to get Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
Yeah, and the fact that, like, the way he called it, he's like, well, this is a me decision, not a Tom Brady decision. Sure.
Antonio Brown's really matured.
We believe you. We totally believe this is coming from your mouth and not from Tom Brady doing this to your fucking yeah. Okay. Hey, great grab. That's all. Like, we mentioned it, and it was like, what team should get him? Well, Tom Brady wants him. Tom Brady thinks he's the best guy. Like, this is the worst news in the world for Scotty Miller, who's losing his starting slot.
It's the worst news in the world for every Mike Evans owner, because we're already panicking that Chris Godwin gets most of the fucking targets, and now AB's coming to town.
We talked about this a little bit before we started live, and my thought is, look, Tom Brady doesn't have an arm that he trusts. Mike Evans is a guy who has deep ball potential. Who he was the Jameis Winston, throw the ball vertically. I will 50-50 everybody in this league for that ball, and I'll come down with it more often than not. Tom Brady doesn't have the arm, and Mike Evans hasn't been at practice actually running routes, and I don't know how long, because he's had a lingering injury where he's basically showing up on game day and doing walkthroughs on the other, a couple days a week. So I understand that. Antonio Brown's going to come in here and average 7 catches a game. Like, that's my outright. I'm like, oh yeah, that's instant success. How many weeks he will do that before he says something or does something is my question to you, Ricky. How many weeks does Antonio Brown stay on this Buccaneers team?
Well, that's the thing where I look at it and I go, here's the question. Are we going to see a different Antonio Brown that we saw in New England? Because do you remember how many games he played in New England, Dave? Played one game. One game in New England where he 8 targets, 4 catches for 56 yards, and had 1 touchdown. I remember that game because everyone's like, oh man, AB looked pretty good. Like, AB's going to be back soon. And then we never saw him. Never saw him again. Like, and there's a part of me that's like, is that because of him just going off the deep end plus Bill Belichick? Like, Bill Belichick is not what Bruce Arians is to Tom Brady.
Hashtag off the field.
Yeah. So you're saying it's mostly off the field, and if that's all sorted out, then he'll be fine.
Lingering sexual allegations.
Yeah.
Like, it's not closed book. I think he still has to go to court.
Yeah.
That's what chat's even saying. Like, Pat Hill, did everyone forget Brown's a garbage human? Nope. Don't know that. The rule is, remember, Pat, unless there's photographic proof, and even then, if you're talented enough, we're pretend it's not, because football is greater than human life, as we've learned.
Yeah. I mean, look at, Kareem Hunt. There was video evidence.
Yep,
yeah, I know. Ray Rice, video evidence. To where it's like, if no one sees it, then I guess the NFL, it's not that bad to them.
Who was that pass rusher? Who had the police report who beat his wife or girlfriend?
Oh, yes. Shit. What was it?
It was terrifying.
Oh, fuck.
The write-ups from the police report were this is horrifying. Like, this man should be locked up.
Was that Randy? Was that fucking the UFC guy? The guy that's in UFC now? Fuck.
Ooh,
he played for the Cowboys. Randy Gregory? Was that Randy Gregory?
Yeah. Like, again, the NFL is just evil at times. Like, they are just like, so you're a horrible human being, but you can make us money and win games, you say.
Yeah, that was Randy Gregory.
So, again, Antonio Brown didn't commit murder on camera, so therefore he will get another shot and another shot and another shot until he no longer can help people win games.
I'll be honest. I'm treating this as like I don't even know if he's going to help the Bucs win any games.
I mean, they're already winning a lot of games.
Yeah, there's a part of me too. Like, I know Kingy, I think the 3 weeks that he said in Twitch chat was the answer to your question. How long? Yeah. I'd be surprised if he plays more than 2 games because of everything that we've seen from AB. And if there's not somebody like, yet again, I'm going to say it again. Mike Tomlin deserves a fucking award. I've done a complete 180 on Mike Tomlin, going from the man should be fired in Pittsburgh to get this guy a goddamn Purple Heart for all the shit he had to deal with in Pittsburgh. With how he was able to just fucking contain Antonio Brown. It's a wait and see. It's just, and it sucks to be this way, but like, I'll ask you this. If the Buccaneers don't win a Super Bowl, because if they win a Super Bowl, the answer to this is no. But if they don't win a Super Bowl, do you think that fans, media will look back at the Buccaneers and say, basically the question of, why did you let Tom Brady hold your franchise hostage? Why did you let him do this? Like, force him to bring in AB?
No, 100%, not even a question. There are like this is a no problemo situation.
Okay.
They look. Tom Brady is making Bill Belichick look like an idiot, right?
Is it?
Like,
yeah.
In his last 4 starts, he's got 11 touchdowns, 1 interception, completion percent at like 64%. Yeah. He is dominating at the NFL, like just dominating teams. And I get it. Played a couple bad teams in there. You know, the Packers and the
who's he making look more like an idiot?
Yep.
Bill Belichick or Robert Kraft? Because like Patriots wouldn't be in this situation if Tom Brady didn't force Robert Kraft to trade Jimmy Garoppolo.
True.
Just saying.
True. I will not argue that, but you do have to admit that, like, I don't know. I mean, like, that's the situation. Like, Robert Kraft is an idiot, but again, you do everything to appease Tom Brady.
Your buddy
I think
Tom.
The thing was that, like, Bill Belichick finally was like, I'm not going to keep doing this. And the problem was he'd already, obviously, we lost Jimmy G for a while now, so they were stuck. So, yeah, it's a bit of a combo there.
Fucking Tim.
Yeah, he did have it. Yep, he did. Yep.
He had his own issues. He did, of course.
Yep. And I believe Antonio Brown commented on those issues publicly.
Yeah, he did. It just makes me think back to exactly what we're at here with what Pat McAfee said of the big thing with Tom Brady, and he was not going to get this with Bill Belichick because Bill Belichick is my team, my decisions, you fall in line kind of guy, where Tom, I guess, went out golfing or something with Peyton Manning, and Manning talked about it. And McAfee's like, it was like this. If Peyton wanted a guy or wanted something to happen, he'd walk right into the coach's room, right into Pagano's office and say, I want this guy. And boom, they'd go ahead and get it. And if Pagano wasn't going to do it, he'd walk right into Polian's office. I want this guy. Let's go get him. And they would do it for Peyton Manning. And Tom Brady was just sitting there like, that's how this works? That's how this works? And then tried that with Bill Belichick. And Bill Belichick said, get lost, kid.
I mean, look, what you complain about? Bill Belichick got you Randy Moss. Bill Belichick got you Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
He got you a post-prime, lots of other players. Like every running back past their prime got on your team, you know.
He got you Gronk or kept Gronk around? Question mark?
Gronk lasted long enough, you know. There was another guy who was a murderer. Yeah. They had some questionable moves. But Tom Brady definitely calling shots down there in Tampa. And they're winning games.
Hey,
they're successful. Who's gonna stop them right now? That's the question.
Right now it's let's see what happens until they get to the playoffs. Because obviously they're gonna be a playoff team. The Bears are gonna do it.
They already beat once.
I love Pat Moss for one season, but that season was probably the best season we've seen, or one of the best we've seen between a quarterback and a wide receiver. Yes, Antonio Brown for one game. Chad Ochocinco, forgot about that for a few games. Not even Chad Johnson, Chad Ochocinco. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Antonio Brown. With the Tampa Bay
Tom Brady
Buccaneers.
went in there and was like, either getting me Antonio Brown or you're trading for Julio Jones. Your call.
One of the two. Yeah. I mean, he obviously with Mike Evans' injury, he needs help out there because
he needs to just rest. Like he keeps going out there and limping down the field every fucking game. It's
because he's a gamer, Dave. Better. He's a gamer.
I don't know if he's noticed. He's not getting better right now. Like,
it's not good for my fantasy team because I
know.